Shalom, shalom. We give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaMashiach, wa Malak Yahweh. This is Brother Hawad coming back at you, another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing it be edifying, of course, giving double honor to the elders of the house of David, and an extra strong shalom to all the Akim throughout the four corners, pushing this word in truth and sincerity, in season, out of season, week in, week out, as commanded by Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh. And this is another addition to the to meditate and to think upon this, man. Right? So throughout the week we should be thinking upon different multiple precepts, multiple accounts, a lot of wisdom, knowledge, on the good that our forefathers have done, and also, some of their wrongdoings as well, and learning from them. Right? So today we're gonna go into a quick lesson on Proverbs 14 and verse 4. So with no further ado, this is Proverbs 14 and 4. It says, where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. Right? So where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. Now, the ox in the ancient world, it represents, that's how you made your money, right? That's how you had your increase. That's how you, got quote unquote, wealthy, or, set your household up, set your family up, things of that sort. But the house is clean if you have no ox. But if you do have an ox, your house won't necessarily be clean, but you'll have much increase, right? A lot of increase, let me get this inside 38. A lot of increase come with the ox, right? This is Sirach chapter 38, and I'll start at 24. This is Sirach chapter 38 and verse 24, and it reads, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. So a man who don't have, who have little business, who's not working, 100 hours a week, he got a lot of time to read. He got a lot of time to study. He has a lot extra time to, become wise in this thing, right? Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in the labors, whose talk is of bullocks? Yeah, so if your talk is of bullocks, and you're occupied in the labor of bullocks, you're occupied in the labor of oxen, how could you be able to get wisdom? Because a lot of work got to come with that. You're laboring so much dealing with this ox. You understand? That for most people, it'll be hard to get some studying in. It'll be hard to, to gain so much wisdom, because you have such great responsibility, already taking up all your time dealing with this ox, right? Even in the book of Job had a lot of ox, right? I'm going to start at Job chapter 1 and verse 9, right? It says, Job 1 and 9, then Satan answered the Lord and said, doeth Job fear Yahweh for naught? Has not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So Satan, right, is coming to the Most High God and saying, hey, look, you have put a hedge around about Job. You have protected him, and he has much increase in the land, right? He's successful. He's, he's a rich man. You have blessed him in the work of his hands, right? It says, but put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Satan is basically, if you take all of that from him, all those blessings from him, he'll turn on you, basically. It says, so I'll read verse 12 too. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So Most High gave Satan permission to, take away Job's blessings. Let's see one of the blessings. The first one Satan takes away from Job. Remember, these are blessings. These are the increase. It says, and there was a day when his sons and his daughter, I'll jump down to verse 14. It says, and there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. And when you read, it talks about more stuff that Satan took away from Job. But it says one of the first things he lost was his oxen. Why? Because the ox come with much increase, right? So to go back to Proverbs 14, this is Proverbs 14. It's almost like if you got if the Most High God and Satan is in the third heaven, discussing you, and let's say you own a business or whatever the case may be, and it was profitable, and it made you, much money. You might have made 6 figures. You might have made 7 figures, 8, 9 figures, whatever the case may be, man. You understand me? And Job said, all right, so and so is in your hands. That's what he tells Satan. And the first thing Satan do is take down your biggest enterprise, your biggest business. You might have a main business and you have little side hustles. That's the first thing he do is take away, your ox. That would be your ox today, right? So, going back to Proverbs 14:4, it says, where no oxen are, the crib is clean. So if a man has no ox, he's going to have a clean house. The ox is not causing mayhem in the house. The ox isn't, how do I say this? The ox isn't doing what, number 1 and number 2 all in the house. Feces in the house. The ox isn't destroying everything. He don't have much to worry about. It says, where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. But increases in the strength of the ox. So for us in this truth, so though an ox come with a lot of responsibility, and it may, like I said, try to destroy your home, in terms of dirty your house up, and it's a lot of responsibility that comes with being an ox, or that come with owning an ox. But that's like the bad side. But the flip side of that is it's gonna give you much increase. So like I said, with the business, if you own a business, a lot of responsibilities come with owning that business. But it's profitable. The man who don't got a business, who's a damn stay-at-home dad, hey, he don't gotta worry about getting up early in the morning, late nights, early mornings. He don't gotta worry about, busting his ass. He ain't gotta worry about payroll. He don't have to worry about making sure his business is running smoothly. He don't have to worry about those things because he don't have a business. He just stays at home and change diapers. You understand me? Or maybe he don't even do that. Some men just couch potatoes. They just sitting there, got their pants unbuckled, their big belly, hanging out, and they just flipping through channels. He don't gotta worry about the stresses of owning that business. But he also not a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? He's also, broke. He also don't have, a successful business. Whereas a man who has the ox, quote unquote, or the business, it's a lot of stress that comes with that. However, it still also is profitable. So on a spiritual level, us brothers and sisters who are in this truth, who's putting in our brick and who's laboring, we own an ox. You understand? Our ox is that we gotta do these sit down lessons. We gotta spend late nights and early mornings studying, laboring, right? Memorizing the precepts, learning the breakdowns, being able to teach them fluently. Hey, we about to go. I'm on my way to camp. I'm about to go to camp soon. Being out in the damn cold, freezing. Hey, there's brothers in this truth who don't camp. They don't study. They're in the bed right now. Hey, probably still asleep, man. Probably still asleep. Tossing and turning like a doorknob in the bed, man. But we have an ox. We're laboring. We got to get in the cold. We got to leave our families. We about to, camp basically, past sundown, man. So we spent our whole, Sabbath, instead of sleeping, we spent our Sabbath out here laboring. We spent our Sabbath out doing the work, teaching, freezing our butts off, dealing with different spirits, trying to heal our people, right? That's that ox. However, it's much increase that comes with that. You understand? It's much increase that comes with that, which is the kingdom of heaven. We get a reward at the end of this thing, man. So the point of this scripture is saying, hey, don't shy away from responsibility. Don't shy away from, having to carry that cross. Don't, shy away or, sorrow in the fact that you have to deal with certain pains that comes with being, a leader, because a great reward comes with that. Whether it's business, whether it's just laboring in His word, laboring in the truth. Hey, being a leader of your family. You got wife and children. You have to study hard and long nights and days to be able to teach your wife and kids. Your woman doesn't have that responsibility. She doesn't have that on her plate. You understand? You gotta, come out in this world, work hard to be able to provide for your wife and your children. Your woman don't have that responsibility. You gotta be, be 80 hours a week, 60, 70, 80 plus hours a week as a damn mechanic, plumber, truck driver, electrician, lineman, elevator electrician, all these different, occupations, a lawyer, garbage man, so that you can go out there and bring home the food. You understand? Put food on it, if you can feed your family. Put food on your kids' plates. Put food on plates and shoes on feet, man. You understand me? So don't shy away from the responsibility. Being a leader is almost like it's almost like a mountain, right? A mountain is, the higher you go up in a mountain. First off, a mountain, if you think about a mountain, it's a point at the top. You understand? Goes down like this. So a mountain is only a few people at the top of this mountain. The higher the mountain gets, the smaller it gets. You understand? So there's a few brothers ruling over all the large amount of people that's at the bottom. You understand? That's your reward. That's the increase. You're the leader. You're at the top. You understand? Whether that's the top, leader of your family, leader leading yourself, leader of a congregation, leader of a camp, leader of a certain city, you're at the top. That's the reward. But when you think about a mountain, the higher you go up in a mountain, the more dangerous it is up there. The more risky it is up there. Hey, the colder it gets, the higher you go up to a mountain. Depending on how tall it is, it may be harder to breathe up there. So it's a lot that comes with being at the top of that mountain, man. You can't breathe. You freezing. You're going through certain struggles that the people at the bottom would never understand. The people that you're in charge of, that you in charge of, they won't understand how cold it is at the top of the mountain. They don't understand how how hard it is to breathe up there, how dangerous it is, how much of a slippery slope it is up there. They're at the bottom of the mountain. You understand? So being at the top of that mountain comes with a lot of responsibility. However, the reward is you at the top. Same thing in this truth. Being in this truth, laboring in this truth, comes with a lot of responsibility, a lot of hard work. Getting feast days together, dealing with different brothers and different sisters, and marriage issues, and counseling, and having to counsel people. All that comes with a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it take a toll on you. But the reward is the kingdom of heaven. So I'm gonna read this verse one more time. I'm gonna close out. Proverbs 14:4. Where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. And with that, give all praises, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach, Wamalaki Yahweh, Yahweh be the name of the Heavenly Father, Bahashem meaning in the name of, Yahweh Shah being who the word literally called Jesus Christ. Shalom.